Here we have a Trainwreck Express, an original amp. They've got quite a cult following, these amps. It's coming chassis only, so I can't show you the wooden cabinet, which I'm sure would be a hand-built all-wood affair. So these Trainwrecks have a wooden front panel with the writing sort of etched into the wood. It says Trainwreck, the brightness switch, volume, treble middle bass and presence, on off standby, and a little nice little picture of some forest scene. Good quality transformers, 2 EL34s, 3 preamp tubes, aluminium chassis. Turn it round the back. See a nice Stancore output transformer, USA built. Speaker sockets, impedance selection, and a very thick 120 volt mains lead. Looks as though it'll take about 50 amps. Looking underneath the amp, typical Trainwreck, they use this perforated board. There's no wiring underneath the board, everything's done on top. Quite nicely built, good quality wires, components. There's Sprague coupling capacitors and Zycon resistors, good quality sockets. But what I don't like is this. This is all the filter caps. It's blowing in the wind, so I must address that. Can't leave it like that. Then we've got a power supply board. Now this bias circuit, this wasn't wired in at all. It was non-functioning. If we look at the circuit diagram, which I've got up on the monitor, this is the bias circuit, and it could never work like this. 47k and then the bias control to ground. Now if that was fully one-ended, you'd have zero bias voltage and it'd blow the EL34s sky high. So this wasn't wired in circuit, and this 47k wasn't in circuit, and they was taking the bias straight off this point. It was minus 34 volts. So I've modded it so it works great now. The standard sort of arrangement is not to have this resistor here, but to have a resistor in this ground return. So put a 36k between here and ground, got rid of this 47k, and I've had to decrease the value of this 220k resistor. And now I've take the bias from where it's shown here, and I can adjust from minus 25 up to about minus 40 volts. So the bias adjusts great now. Now the amp that I've got largely follows this circuit, apart from this 150k shown here, is 120k on this model. It does have the three-way brightness switch, and this amp in front of me differs with this smoothing. This showing two 150 microfarads in series. Mine's just got a 247 microfarads in parallel, 450 volts. And this 10k resistor in the phase inverted tail is shown as being 10k on this, and in the amp it's 12k. Everything else is the same. So here you can see where I've got rid of the 47k resistor, put in the 39k resistor down here, change these two capacitors, and reconfigured the bias circuit, and it works fantastic now. Looks really good. I'm going to change these capacitors. They're old now, and find some better way of mounting them, or I may just glue them down with some silicon RTV. So thanks for watching, and please have a look at part 2 where we'll show the amp completed. Thank you.